But you know, another guy who's cooking is everybody's favorite, Josh Allen.
The Stallion.
And it's insane, man. A crazy shootout that it turned into. It didn't look that way. It looked like the Bills were going to run away with this one. But against the Rams went on a comeback trail. Jared Goff got the ball moving and brought it back. But the Bills pulled this one out 35-32. Josh Allen.
Ridiculous.
Kid's pretty much reinvented his entire throwing motion, all of his footwork, and it's just turned into this downfield accurate passer. Like, he looks great. He's thrown a lot of touchdowns. He still gives you that rushing floor, the rushing touchdowns as well. He had 33 attempts, completed 24 of them for 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. He did throw 1 interception, but is looking great. He's giving you everything you wanted. We had a take that, looking back on it, we'll see if all remains constant. We said, hey, does Josh Allen have top 5 upside? We said, like, he could. We like the other quarterbacks.
We said he had top 6 upside, basically.
Pretty much, and that might be what we're seeing here. I don't see this offense slowing down anytime soon the way that they're looking. Even with Zach Moss out of the game, Devin Singletary had a pretty good game for those who plugged him in fantasy. With Moss out, 13 carries for 71 yards, so 5.5 yards per attempt. And then through the air, had 4 receptions and 50 yards as well. Is Stephon Diggs, though, the reason for this improvement? Because he has been absolutely dominant. 6 targets, caught 4 of them for 49 yards, but did give you a touchdown as well. Seems like he's making up for a lot of the inaccuracies. It's like Josh Allen's improvement and then better weapons coming in, a true alpha receiver to come and take that over. We always love talk about Diggs's route running ability. He's just so crisp, and you see him getting open, creating separation, and Allen hitting him deep. So what are your thoughts for the Bills here? Is this kind of, hey, we're seeing a lot of good things. Let's just assume this is going to happen season long. Are you concerned for them at all? With John Brown looking like he's going to miss a game or two?
I think they're going to slow down a little bit. I mean, I don't expect Josh Allen to throw for 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards this year, but I think Stephon Diggs is a clear catalyst to that improvement. I think Allen's done a lot to improve his own game. Stephon Diggs certainly helps, though. Steph, we've talked about it before. In terms of pure talent, not fantasy football, which includes situation and opportunity and all that stuff, we've talked about pure talent as Stephon Diggs being a top 10 wide receiver in the league. Anytime you get a player like that who is as smooth with his routes as Stephon Diggs and can create that separation, it makes things so much easier for a quarterback. Josh Allen came into the league a little bit raw, didn't have a clear number 1 receiver. I know John Brown was good last season, but he hasn't had that. Now that he has Diggs and Brown, who is banged up, and Beasley underneath, we see what Josh Allen is able to do. So, no, I don't think he's going to keep up this pace, but yes, I think Josh Allen is going to continue to be a top 5 play on any given week moving forward. So I love what the Bills have done this season, obviously. And Stephon Diggs himself, is the number 4 wide receiver in all of fantasy, averaging over 20 points per game in PPR format. So, look, I know John Brown is hurt. If he misses time, I think Cole Beasley could be an interesting waiver wire pickup because, think about it. If Josh Allen's going to keep throwing the ball more, who else? It's not all going to go to Stephon Diggs. I know they have, Tyler Kroft and Dawson Knox and some of these tight ends, but I don't expect them to be incredibly involved either. So Cole Beasley in this game, he had 6 catches for 100 yards on 7 targets. If they continue to be throwing the ball this much, Cole Beasley could be very interesting in PPR. Singletary, you're right, had a good game. It's just interesting. I don't think Singletary's upside is there this season because Josh Allen not only is this top 5 quarterback, but he's also their goal line back.
Was it ever there for Singles, really? Like,
it wasn't.
It seems like that's kind of what we always knew he was.
No, it wasn't. And you look at this game and in their red zone opportunities, Josh Allen had a 1-yard touchdown run. He also had a 1-yard touchdown pass, a 3-yard touchdown pass, a 4-yard touchdown pass, and a 3-yard touchdown pass. So all of their touchdowns came from inside of the 5. Not one went to Devin Singletary. It was 4 touchdown passes for Josh Allen and a touchdown run. I think we're going to continue to see that moving forward, especially when Zach Moss comes back. If anything goes to the running back in there, it's going to be Zach Moss. So be happy if you started Singletary. You got a solid RB2 performance, but I just don't think he's going to be a top 20 guy this season based on what we're seeing.
Yeah, might be a guy that you can sell high knowing that Moss might come back. I don't know if people might not be factoring that in, throw him in there as part of a package deal, try to see if you can get some name value, some draft capital value off of Singles.